Happy Monday to you all. This is Rich Wilson, the Director of Curriculum and Assessment for the Olathe School District, and I am so excited to have a few minutes of your time this morning. I know you're working hard today, working with Amira and 95% Group's phonics resource. And I just asked Maggie if I could have a little bit of time to explain to you the kind of data that we're going to collect this year. So, as in years past, you'll receive an email from my amazing assistant, Nicola Tencio, and it will have an electronic spreadsheet for each school by grade, by teacher, and we will upload all of your students' names as we have in the past. Unlike in the past, though, we are not going to collect nearly as much data and information as we have. That data really lives with teachers, and that's formative data for you and your classroom. And at the district level, we don't have as much opportunity to really respond to that data like you do. And so, in order to ease kind of the stress of what it takes to be an elementary teacher and the stress that you all have moving into kind of year 2 plus of teaching in a COVID environment, we just want to make this as easy as possible. So I wanted to give you a couple of updates about what's happening this year. First of all, the only Olathe data that we're really going to collect this year is going to be the district writing assessment. You'll also find that as we begin to move down this path of MTSS in terms of literacy, we will also be collecting F&P scores for students that are identified in that process. But those are the only two pieces of Olathe data that we're going to collect this year. So things like counting to 10 or 20 or identifying letters and sounds, we are not going to collect that. Again, that is data that should be collected by staff, but that's data that is best left in the classroom because that's where that's the best place for teachers to be able to respond to that data. The other thing that we are going to have to collect that you'll see in those spreadsheets is there's some data for KSDE. Most of that data is going to come from the Amira assessment and then potentially from F&P scores. And so in kindergarten, first and second, we have some data that we have to collect for KSDE and we have to report it at the end of the year. And you'll see that on those spreadsheets. The other thing that will happen this year is that there is a new state assessment for history, government, and social studies. It is not going to feel like a state assessment, though. It's really just going to feel like a class embedded activity that will have a product that will be graded by a rubric produced by the state that only happens in fourth grade. And there will be 3 scores that will be collected from that based on the rubric. And that will also be in the spreadsheet. So that spreadsheet will come in a couple of weeks, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I wanted you to hear ahead of time that we are trying to lessen the footprint of what we are asked, what we are asking of teachers to both collect and report. We really want you to collect that formative data in your classroom and use it to respond to the needs of students and produce your work groups and such. Um, but also, I just wanted to leave you with this that on behalf of Learning Services, we are so excited for you and for this year and for our students. We know that this year will feel a lot more like normal. It won't be perfect. We understand that, but we do know that we have an amazing opportunity to continue to work with kids. Thank you.